what would England's dream group be?
So this might be a bit of a surprise, but I think England's dream draw from pot two will be Germany. Now, I think Germany are obviously the strongest team in pot two, and for many teams, the favourite. But I think if you get Germany in pot two, you can't get another European team. And it means that if you qualify, you avoid Germany until the semi finals at least. So maybe it's a tactical draw. But if you get Germany, I think England and Germany would expect to go through. And the other two teams I've got in that group are Tunisia, who I think are one of the weaker teams out of Africa, and then the winners of the Costa Rica New Zealand playoff. I don't think England would be too concerned about facing either Costa Rica or New Zealand. You know, Costa Rica have shown in World Cups in the past they have got the ability to surprise teams. They were very good in 2014. But I think if you've got a group that's got Tunisia and Costa Rica or New Zealand in it, you're going to go through, whether it's top of the group or second. So England v Germany is a great group game. But I do think that they both cruise through that group.
Costa Rica kind of surprised the USA just last night. Rodri, what about you now? What would the people from Spain be happy with? What would the dream group be for España?
Well, for us, the easiest group would be a group based on maybe Spain, Uruguay in the pot two. I think is USA in the pot two. I think it would be great for us because I think USA is the kind of national team that they play really well. But that's something which is even better for Spain because it's not the kind of national team that locks down, on defense and they let the rival play. Apart from USA, I think Iran could be a nice side to face in this World Cup because they're not as strong as they used to be. So I think they're quite winnable. And for me, I think something like New Zealand, for example, could be great. So Spain, USA, Iran, and New Zealand could be something really, really great. Depending on the final qualifiers for the tournament.
It seems like everyone wants a bit of New Zealand. Augie, talking about England again, what would the worst case scenario group be? Which one would truly send all the fans into the usual pool of pessimism that they do like to go in?
Well, I've got to say, you look at the teams in pots 3 and 4, and I don't think there is a really tough group out there for England. That isn't English arrogance. I think any of the top teams, the pot A teams, I don't think there's a group that you think I really don't want to get. There's no really dangerous teams I don't think in pot 3 and 4. But what I would say, and this may surprise people again, I think the worst team for England to get in pot 2 would be the USA, because everybody would expect England to beat the USA. That classic case of England arrogance, and England will beat anyone they play. The USA, a team that very fit physically players, but well organised, and they've got players like Christian Pulisic, Tyler Adams, who could, on their day, cause England problems. And I do think there'd be a danger of England underestimating the USA. So that would be a dangerous opponent. And then in pot 3, I think Senegal. Senegal, for me, African champion, Sadio Mane, a tough team, Edouard Mendy in goal. I really wouldn't want to play Senegal. So if you've got Senegal in your pot, and then Ecuador out of pot 4, again, a team that have got very good technical players come out of South America, I do think that would be another game where England will be expected to win. The pressure would all be on England. So not a lot of heavyweights in this group, but if England had a group of the USA, Senegal, and Ecuador, it'd be a very awkward and difficult group. I mean, like I say, there's no real juggernaut of a team there, but that would be a tough group for England to come out of in terms of the expectations that are on them.
I don't know anyone that wants to go up against Senegal these days, especially if it goes down to penalties. But Rodri, what about you? What are the teams that you would like to see Spain avoid?
Well, me neither with Senegal. I think it's a tough national team. The thing is that for us, a nightmare group could be the one formed by Spain did and Germany. I don't like Germany in the group stage. I do understand that, since 2 of the national teams are going through, it could be easy to share together this leader. But I don't want Germany because they are kind of hurt by the role that they did on the Euro. So I expect a strong block by Germany. So I don't want them. For me, it's the worst nightmare. Senegal either. I mean, for me, it happens the same. You never know what Senegal is going to do. If they are going to be a very attacking team or a very defensive, they are like very unpredictable team. So that's why, for me, African teams are quite undisciplined on these tactical things. So that's why I don't want them. And to end, I think Ecuador, I do agree with Ogi, that Ecuador could be a really difficult team because, they have Gonzalo Plata, they have Valencia, they have tough players that they are hungry to do something important in a World Cup, such as Qatar 2022. So that's why I think they have nothing to lose. And for me, that's the nightmare group for Spain for sure.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.